say is, Jeff, there's no Nazis. This is just Russian propaganda. You know, I had a friend last night on the phone. We talked for over an hour, and he's a lawyer in Florida, in the United States, and he's like telling me how, you know, the pictures are fake and they can't be real, that there's really Nazis. There's Nazis everywhere in every country in the world, and so why is Ukraine different? The difference is there's a lot of Nazis in fascists in Ukraine, and these fascists are being paid by the government, are being supported by the government. If you're growing up a fascist, and you're a Nazi, you still need weapons, you still need to eat, you still need to be, if you're gonna fight against, you know, people, you're gonna need weapons, and like I said, you're gonna need to eat and need a place to live and stuff like that. And this is supplied by the Ukrainian government. You know, everyone says, oh, Zelensky, he's Jewish, he can't be a Nazi. He is Jewish, but he's still supporting, he's allowing these fascists to be part of Ukraine by paying them, these different paramilitary groups as.
I want to have you clear something up for us, and this is these reports about the Azov battalion that is said to be Nazi-affiliated organization operating as a militia in your country.
So Azov was one of those many battalions. They are what they are.
Azov or Adar, I mean, they're real. I mean, you can look at the pictures, you can see the videos. I have like 3 or 4 videos on my phone of them torturing Russian soldiers, torturing civilians they've captured from Donbass, shooting them in the leg, like torturing them. And guys, the Russian military is right now carrying out an operation to try to get rid of these fascists that are not only in the government, but they're also in the military. They're not only killing people, but they're also the ones making decisions in the government. Zelensky has the top 11 opposing political groups. He's barred them. They're not allowed anyway. He's the 3 major television stations, media stations that were confronting him and like had negative views on like his work.
И никуда вы от фашизма не уйдете, ребят. Хоть он и не из Украины. Это наш крест.
He disbanded that. They no longer exist. So he's basically running a country by force. It's not a democracy. Everyone said, oh, Ukraine, we got to help democracy. The United States said, we got to support Ukraine, the democracy. There's no democracy in Ukraine. He's taken over, him and his group, and he's paying these military groups that are fascists. They walk around with the swastika, they do the salute, they have the swastika flags. They are fascists, and these are descendants. These are people that, they're not just, like in the United States, you get some like neo-Nazis that had like a bad childhood and they grow up and shave their head and do the Nazi salute and beat up people and are racist. No, these people like are like Bandura, some of these like traitors from World War II, from the Great Patriotic War. These are their heroes. They've taken down the statues of Lenin, they've erased the history of Ukraine, and they've made these traitors, these people, the Nazis, the actual Nazis from Germany who invaded Ukraine and killed thousands and thousands and thousands of Ukrainians. They've made them heroes now because they've changed the history. These people are now heroes, and it's a shame. And you can't blame the kids. You see these Ukrainian kids walking around doing the Nazi salute and joining these groups. They're taught by the parents, and these parents are taught by the government now who supports these fascists because it keeps them in power. And they're using patriotism as a weapon. Patriotism could be a good thing if it's used to support your country and help your country grow. But unfortunately, Ukraine is using patriotism as a vehicle to like disclude other people, disclude those of like Russians, ethnic Russians, and other ethnicities, and support only Ukrainians who support their fascist attitude. And unfortunately, this is what we have today, and you have groups like Adar and Azov and these military groups that can freely walk around Ukraine with swastikas, and not only, it's not just the symbol of the swastika, it's what they're doing. They're literally killing people. So like, and this was 2014. So this was a long time ago. So this isn't like yesterday. So the Nazis have been there, the fascists have been in Ukraine for a long time. And now they're growing bigger, they're being supported, and they're the ones that the Russians are there now trying to get rid of, trying to like clear Ukraine from fascism, because as we know before, like with Germany, fascism spread all over Europe and tried to take over, literally tried to take over the world. And if it wasn't for them, the Russians, the great patriots of Russia, the great people who the 27 million Russians who sacrificed their lives in World War II, fascism would still be here. Like they would be the legitimate governments of all of Europe and maybe more of the world. So this is real. This is really happening. It's not fake news. The people who are down there that I talk to that are in Donbass, that my friends, some of my friends have been killed, but others that I contact with all the time, they say the same thing. These guys are real, and they're killing people, and they're targeting civilians.